Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen, we're making a delicious king cake. So let's get started. First off, we have two things to do, the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients. I need to warm everything up first because it is ice cold today. So I got to get these into the microwave. I want half a cup of whole milk. Whenever you see a dough made with milk, you know it's gonna be even better because it's adding a little bit of extra fat and flavor to it. I also want half a cup of butter melted right in there, so I'm gonna melt both of these in the microwave. Just kind of get into tablespoon-sized pieces so it melts a little bit more evenly. Into the microwave, you can give it a test every once in a while. We want this to be 110 to 120 degrees. While that's warming up, we want 390 grams or 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour into our turned on scale bowl situation here. Zero it out. I want 1/3 cup of sugar, 66 grams, 1 package of instant yeast. Scale's done. I'm gonna give this a quick whisk first just to mix the yeast in. And then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. By the way, if you look at kosher salt, take a look at that. It looks like little beautiful pebbles here. If you're using fine-grained salt, you're gonna wanna use half the amount because you really add a lot more salt into a measuring spoon if it's a smaller crystal size. In you go, mix it up. That's ready, and we can check on our wet ingredients and see what the temperature is. It's just about right. It's ice cold today, so I'm gonna leave this on the counter just to cool down for a minute while I get my stand mixer out. And clean up. Almost forgot the nutmeg. It's really nice in this. And in case you've never had king cake before, oh my gosh, you are in for a treat. It's like very traditional for Mardi Gras, New Orleans. You might know that like there's a little king hidden inside, or sometimes it's on top. You cut it up into pieces and whoever gets the king is king for a day, but they're also in charge of the party and the cake next year. So with power comes great responsibility. For me though, I just love making it because it's like a cinnamon roll, but it's even better. I love it. 1/4 teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg, or you could use the pre-grated stuff too. So now I'm gonna add in my warm milk and butter, just pour it right in. We also have 3 eggs and half a teaspoon of vanilla. So let's crack them all right in. This is gonna mix up for a while. You want the dough to be really just like nice and sticky, so it'll be a little tacky, but it's not gonna stick to your fingers, and I'll show you the test to know when it's ready. 3 eggs, half a teaspoon of vanilla or so. Now we're gonna pop our dough hook on and let this mix away. We're gonna mix this on medium speed. This is gonna mix up for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna come back, test the dough. You can scrape the bowl down if needed, and you can add some extra flour in if needed too. I'll show you what the deal is once this is all mixed up. It's been 15 minutes. Let's take a look. So right now, it's perfect. Look at that. It's tacky, it's silky, but it's not sticking to my fingers, and I bet I could do a pull test. See, the light comes through it and it doesn't rip easily. That's a window pane test, and I know that it's totally done and gorgeous. Okay, take this down off of the hook, and we're just gonna scrape the bowl down. No need for an oiled separate bowl because this recipe doesn't need a lot of dishes. One of the reasons I love it so much. Give it a good scrape. This will be so it releases easily. Give it a little cover with a bonnet, and this goes into a warm, cozy place to rise for about an hour until it's doubled in size. If it's really cold, you can use your oven. Just set it to 120, then turn it off. Okay, 1 hour later, take a look at this dough. How beautiful is that? It is ready to, oh my gosh, it even feels silky. We're gonna plop this out onto a lightly floured surface, but before you do that, get 4 tablespoons of butter, put them into a microwave safe dish, and we're gonna microwave this on low power so it's nice and melty for the filling in a little bit. Now, lightly flour the surface, and we're gonna get this dough stretched and rolled into a 10-inch rectangle. Oh, 10 by 20. Gently, be gentle with it. Okay, so with this dough, I don't wanna like manhandle it and go crazy. I want to kind of lift and stretch it and pat it, and then I will roll it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get to stretching, being very gentle with our dough. And it's basically 10 inches right now. I have a real soft spot for cinnamon rolls. They're one of our favorite treats to have. I make them like on Christmas morning and everything else. So I wanted to take a lot of care with this king cake recipe, and it is so good. If you wanted to, you could make this with cream cheese frosting on top, but we're doing it with a traditional vanilla icing, which really sets it off nicely. You barely use your rolling pin in this. It's mostly stretching and padding. One last check. Perfect. This needs to rest. I did this on a pastry mat, and the nice thing about that is you can just move it aside while you go on to the next thing, and it makes rolling so easy too. Let's grab that melted butter and make our filling. My butter's melted, my dough is resting. Now we're gonna add in 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar. You should pack it up if you're using a measuring cup. I'm using a scale so I can break it up and have it mix better. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon will go a long way, so add that in. We're done with our scale. Right now we're just gonna mix that up, and this comes together in a really nice spreadable paste. And just like that, we're ready to fill our king cake. Come back to me, now rested dough. One of the fun parts is spreading the filling out, so just go ahead and, fun fact, if it gets too cool, you have to warm it up again because it won't spread easily. Let's use a spatula, and look at that, so much better. You wanna leave 1/2 inch of uncovered dough on one of the long sides. That'll help rolling it up. I'm just adding a tiny bit of brown sugar to the edges, just because I want some better coverage. Now, starting at the long side where the filling comes all the way to the edge, we're gonna tightly roll this, and this is where our pastry mat really comes in handy. Just go ahead, roll that together, just like that. This edge is just gonna get pinched in so it holds. So pinch, 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 pinch. Transferring this is a little tricky, but here's the deal. Get a rimmed baking sheet and a sheet of parchment paper, and we're gonna plop it all there, and that's our only transfer to do. Thank you. This has to become a wreath or torus shape. So now we're just going to move this across over here. So that looks great, except this is totally gonna fly apart. So you wanna pinch this edge together really well. So pinch it together so it doesn't come apart. So right now we have a beautiful circular shape. It's been pinched together, but we need one more rise. We're gonna loosely cover this with paper just so it doesn't dry out. Put this into a nice cozy place for 45 minutes to an hour or until it's almost doubled in size. Towards the end of the rise, get that oven nice and hot to 350. In you go. After about 45 minutes, my king cake has gotten nice and plump, so the yeast has been working and it's ready to go into the oven after one crucial step. These guys are so delicious and full of that cinnamon butter amazingness, but they are prone to exploding in the oven, which is not fun at all. Still tasty, but not nearly as so because all the filling oozes out. It's messy. We're gonna give this a lot of snips to release some of the pressure and have a controlled bake, which should hopefully fix all that. So go ahead and get some scissors, nice and clean, and we're gonna start snipping right along the edge. And you're gonna snip every 1.5 inches or so. The other added bonus is it looks really pretty coming out of the oven. You get to see all the cinnamon and layers pop through. My king cake's ready to go into the oven, 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. My cake is cooling and it smells amazing. Right now we're making the icing for it. So in a medium bowl, add 150 grams or 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar. To that, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons or 30 ml of milk and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract for flavor. We're gonna whisk this together until it is nice and creamy. And I will tell you, this is a thicker icing because we don't want it falling all over the edge. It's gonna be beautiful and have nice scalloped edges. Okay, just like that. It is just super silky and nice. We're gonna spoon this over our cake, and it's a good idea to transfer your cake to a serving platter or whatever else. Don't do it all on the baking sheet. My cake is cooled, the icing is ready. All you have to do now is spoon it on top. And you want it to fall over, but not completely cover everything. And it'll fall down a bit as you let gravity do its job. Now we're adding our signature Mardi Gras colors on, purple, green, and gold. You might know they signify justice, faith, and power. We want alternating stripes of the color here, so you can add some purple, then we'll do the rest, but give it some space. You'll have a couple stripes of each color, and right now you're just making it look pretty. For gold, I like to add yellow and gold because it really makes it pop. Look at that, beautiful. Love my sanding sugar. Okay, this is ready to cut, so just admire the beauty. And no, I did not hide a king inside. That is dangerous in my opinion. You could put a little king on top if you're making this for the event. I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. Brian, Lachlan, and George are gonna lose their minds. I hope you get a chance to make this recipe. And if you like this video, check out my sweetbreads playlist.